Hello, Pagan Perspective. This is Fiakari with your Friday episode on... What is it on? New Year's resolutions, that's right. Okay, well, my apologies. It's not actually Friday. It's Saturday. It's like Saturday, 8 a.m. I'm making this. I suck. I'm trying to get better at actually getting my videos on Friday. For a while, I was really good at it because basically I did my video on Wednesday and I just held it until Friday just to make sure I had enough time and all. But with the holidays, I've been out of town, and so I haven't been putting up videos. And actually, it might still be Friday somewhere. You know, a time zone like Japan or something, right? You got the date line, so it's like 11 p.m. or something in Japan. Okay. Well, anyway, it's still Saturday. Oh well. Okay. Well, anyway, my apologies. I'm gonna try to catch up on the videos. I'm sorry, I'm on my crappy camera instead of outside. It was freezing outside, and you know that may not sound like a big deal to folks. It's a big deal here. I mean, I went out to feed the rabbits just now, and the water bottles for the rabbits were all frozen. I had to thaw them out, and I live in South Louisiana. Okay, I live in the swamp land. All right, it doesn't freeze here. You know, it doesn't. So it being freezing cold is kind of a big deal. Anyway, let's talk about a little bit about New Year's resolutions. First of all, a lot of people make resolutions about making money or about their financial situation, that kind of thing. I'm making some resolutions about that myself. I'm not going to go into any detail about them. But over the holidays, I came across this book, and I read this, The Richest Man in Babylon. And I highly recommend it. It's great for pagans because all the stories are pagan. It's ancient Babylon is the setting, so they talk about some of the Babylonian gods and stuff. Is pretty cool. Just like in passing, not in any detail. But it's a series of financial advice that was written in like 1926. I think it's actually available for free on the internet. You can download it because the what do you call it? The copyright's expired or something. I bought a copy. I bought it like $3 at a used bookstore because I'd heard about it. But anyway, very inspiring. And the advice, the advice is the same advice I've heard before, but for some reason it finally like clicked. Like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I get it now. So I'm a practicing attorney, and I've been doing this attorney gig for like 8 years, and I'm struggling, and I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being poor. The thing is, well, anyway, I'm not gonna go into any detail about that. I didn't care much about making money, or really about saving money and building wealth. But I do now. I was like, damn it, I want to have some wealth too. This sucks. Poverty sucks. So, Richest Man in Babylon. Check it out. If you have aspire to any kind of financial dreams. Anyway, now before I talk about my thoughts of New Year's resolutions in general, I want to back up a little bit and talk about how I see the whole year. I made a video about this relatively recently, so if you watch my videos, this is going to be a repeat, and I apologize. But in the neo-pagan calendar, we divide up the year into 8 pretty much equal slices. All right, and it's kind of a 4-way division and another 4-way division superimposed on that. One of the 4-way divisions is what's called the the solar, basically the equinoxes and the solstices. So it's it has to do with the sun cycles, where the sun equinoxes, the sun is right over the equator, and the day and the night are equal. Yes. Hey, buddy. I'm making a video. Do you mind?
No.
Well, that means I need the room. Alex. I tell you what. This my son is here. This is my son Alex. Say hello. Hi. Okay. So he likes to watch me make videos. So okay. So where was I? So so we divide up the year into, so we have the equinoxes where the days are equally long with the nights. Solstices where the night is the longest, or the day is the longest, basically when the sun is at its peak or at the trough of a cycle. So that's the four-way division. That's superimposed with another four-way division of what we call the fire festivals. All right, you have Imbolc, Beltane, Lunasa, Samhain. Yes, very good. He knows his holidays. Cool. Now, the way that I look at those in the Celtic tradition, the different pagan traditions have different focuses on what of the 8 holidays that they celebrate. In the Germanic traditions, they focus more on the solar days. So we have, from the Germanic tradition, we get Yule, for example, because it's on the solstice and such. In the Celtic tradition, we focus more on the at least an outward focus on the fire festivals, on Imbolc, on Beltane, Samhain, all those. Now, what this means is that's when we have big festivals, big celebrations, make a big.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, but the reason why I knew Samhain was because I knew Beltane.
Yes, I know you know Beltane and Samhain. Yes, okay. But we make a big celebration out of it. It's a big public festival, public display. The way that I look at it is that the other celebrations, the solar festivals, the solar observations, are more private. Those are the ones where we do more druidic, introspective observations, that kind of thing. So those are the times that I would go out into the wilderness with my journal, contemplate life and the universe and things like that. And so instead of yearly resolutions, like a resolution for the year, I make quarterly resolutions. A year is just too big. It's hard for me to think in terms of years. So 3 months at a time is a nice chunk. So I make quarterly resolutions in general, and I try to review what I'm doing quarter by quarter. So I have some resolutions from Yule, or the winter solstice, which I'll review at the spring equinox and see how we're doing, basically. And preparations that I'll make for the spring equinox, so that in sort of the planting schedule. I want to get planted by spring equinox and yada yada yada. So anyway, that's how I look at it. I have quarterly resolutions, and once again, Richest Man in Babylon. Check it out, and thank you, and say goodbye.
Bye!
They can't see you. You want to come over here? There.
Bye!
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.